I'm eccentric. Music.
That goes here.
Do.
You don't literally have to do that each time.
I will do it each time.
Heineken, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
You're so right.
Wow, flippers and all. Wow.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa. What you know about my boomstick?
You see my distant fellow?
Yeah.
I hate to kill him.
Can I have another bowl, please?
I think you know the way.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
And welcome to Geekisodes.
Third annual episode.
Yes, episode 3. Revenge
annual.
of Return of Jafar. Okay, yeah. Where everything is topical and related to geek. So, let's see. Do you have the Okay.
I'm Brother Jesse.
This is yes.
We should start with
Introductions.
Brother Jesse.
I'm Geek Brother Jesse.
Geek Brother
Is that
Jesse.
foreshadowing?
Yes.
Love it.
I'm Bobby.
Lovely Lawson.
Lovely Lawson. And I am Jacob. It's quite simply. Okay, guys. So, do you just want to dive right into it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm always ready to dive
What's the
into
theme?
things.
The theme? The
Yeah.
theme is superhero movie universes, it feels like.
I like it.
We are talking about superhero movie universes today.
To mostly a cinematic degree, but, you know.
Excellent.
They're non-cinematic movies?
You'd be surprised. It's an oxymoron, but okay.
Steel.
So,
Shaquille O'Neal.
so guys, I have on my hand the Gauntlet, okay?
The Gauntlet?
The Gauntlet.
Oh.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
Whoa.
Okay? Or, hypothetically, you guys have it, okay?
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay? So, let's go around, and let's say what we would do if we had the power of the Infinity Gauntlet with all the stones.
I guess we were talking about what would we do if we had that power.
Yes. You want to start, Lawson?
Why not?
Go for it.
Nothing.
Nothing? Go on.
I am...
Destroy it! Spring is mine.
I am firmly of the belief that the state the world is in is actually necessary for a greater good.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what that is, but this is sort of gets a little bit into actual philosophy. But
Okay.
I am of the belief that the reason evil exists and bad things exist, and like, you know, the reason that, you know, Batman Returns, Batman Forever exists is because that evil, or rather the consequences of free will,
Right.
are necessary. So I think by trying to eradicate every bad thing, you invalidate, you know, human individual and
Very
humankind's.
true. You ever seen the movie, to your point, Pleasantville?
I know the plot, but I haven't.
It's amazing because it's very much that, because, you know, they go to this alternate reality, basically, but they go into a TV show, but in the TV show, it's this, you know, Leave It to Beaver,
Yeah.
1950s show universe where nothing bad happens.
Yeah.
And of course, they introduce sex, violence, and all this evil to the world.
Yeah, there's two really quick, because I don't want to get this, but really quick.
Yeah.
There's two reasons that people believe evil exists that make sense to me.
Okay.
One is free will. That's the side I subscribe to. There's another side that says evil is necessary for certain virtues to exist.
Okay.
So, like, you know, you can't have bravery if there's nothing to fear.
Right.
So
True.
either way, I wouldn't make these changes because I think my instinct would be fix all the wrongs in the world. That's just my instinct. But I also think there's a reason things are the way they are.
Right.
And I don't know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And I could mess things up way worse than I could invalidate
Very
free
true.
will. I could make humankind pointless.
You're-
Like, what's the point
It
of
could be
existing?
like that
You're
one
only
movie
so
with Adam
human, like-
Devine where he goes back in time and
So I know that's a little more serious an answer than we normally get
Brought that
to,
up
but
again.
that is my answer. I could perhaps use it like you would any other tool, like a gun, where if someone is directly in my line of sight, kind of
Okay.
hurting someone,
Right.
I could see. But the galaxy altering, mind altering, reality altering aspects, I feel like would be beyond what my understanding could handle. And no matter how great the temptation, I think things like bringing people back from the dead or invalidating someone's free will starts to get into territory that I wouldn't be comfortable as a human being. messing
Fair
with.
enough. Fair enough. Bobby.
I
I don't know.
It's just too serious.
No. I'm not gonna go like you and be serious about it. I don't know. I'll probably do some good.
Open up a McDonald's.
Open up McDonald's.
Yeah.
Make anime real.
Make probably change history so Firefly never got canceled, and
That's a universe I don't want to live in.
make Lawson actually like good things.
See, that's getting to that free will stuff I was talking about.
You'll have the free will to actually like good things.
Compatibilist free
Take
will.
out. I'd probably make sure that Brett Ratner never got a career.
Oh
Go
wow!
back in time. Change
I hate Brett Ratner.
I really don't blame you, but yeah.
X-Men.
that. No, that's another
Oh
episode.
gosh.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go on that rant.
Alright.
Then I will. I don't know. Lose a couple pounds.
Hey, self-improvement's a good thing.
Become king of America. Become king of the world.
Okay.
King of the world, yeah.
Yeah. Then I'll do what every deity does and just disappear and never answer anybody. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and interesting, Bobby. It's not even apathetic. It's just kind of chill. It's like,
Mine's closer to apathy, I guess.
apathy. No, not even apathy. You're just like very aware. Like, dude, I'm human. I can't handle this. Like,
My philosophy is I like checks and balances in every kind of part of life,
Right.
from government to anything, and me having all ultimate power scares me as much as it scares everyone else. So
totally got you. Okay, just say.
I would open up a portal to another dimension and raise the kaiju from the depths of the ocean. And then mankind would have to build giant Jaegers to fight.
You're just bringing the world in the Pacific Rim to real
I
life.
would make Pacific Rim real.
Guys, I really want.
I love how
Pacific Rim to be real. I need it to be real.
Or at least convince people that we need to have giant robot tournaments in order to determine the supremacy of the world.
I'm behind that one. I will make an exception to my free rule.
No more wars. Yeah. We will have giant robot fights to determine who gets to call the shots.
Can we make Mexico into a giant sombrero colony in space?
Oh,
we will bring this up at least every other episode.
Beautiful.
Oh gosh.
So, Jesse,
I don't think I have
Rim.
I don't think I have a serious answer to this, but that's probably.
Are you in a similar boat to me, or you just don't know?
Well, it's such a big kahuna too to think about. I mean, oh my gosh. Okay, me personally. Here's the thing. Nobody would ever know that I have it in the first place. Let's just rule number one, okay? Nobody would know I had the Infinity Gauntlet.
Like winning the lottery almost.
Yeah. Well, yeah, basically, I would give myself plenty of money for the rest of my life to live off of, and I would do what I want to do, which is be a filmmaker with it, okay? Mm-hmm. I would constantly have funding for my movies, and I would, you know what I mean? Like,
okay, but I guess I'm curious to get to, like, what do you limit this? Are you just creating money so you're, like, basically printing fake money or causing inflation, the ramifications of having the money do this? People are accepting your films. Are you altering their free will to do that?
No, not at all.
How do you get that within?
Degree. It's like I give myself enough money and enough profits to get me personally afloat.
So just some inflation, basically.
Exactly. Well, no, just
print some money.
Yeah, basically, for me personally, I give myself money and work off of that. Nobody else has to be affected by what I do, basically.
That makes sense. It's not altering free will. So
right. Basically, I wouldn't even use all the stones if we're thinking about it. I mean, I would only use the stones that pertain to what I want specifically. I wouldn't control anybody's thoughts or anything else like that. No, not at all. And even on top of all that, nobody would know I had it to begin with. So it's like this. I swear, I heard about this person who won the lottery, and when they did that, they stayed low key. Mm-hmm. You know, nobody knew about what they did, and they. You know, basically, they didn't spend everything at once.
Yeah, well,
they spent everything in increments.
Yeah.
And that's how I would go about it with the Infinity Gauntlet, just in increments, just, you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
So, it would be that simple. I would also... Okay.
So there's one exception to just that.
Okay, can I just make Doctor Strange more likable to me, or make everybody else in the universe not like it as much as I do? Guys, can I just say, or even then, it's like the next Avengers movie.
Yeah, that's coming out.
It is coming out, and here's the thing: it's the big Kahuna. It's what they've been building up
it's
to.
the first half of the big Kahuna.
Is it? Did they clarify?
There
that
is a
specifically?
second part coming out. This is going to end on a cliffhanger.
But they don't say that.
Yes.
Nobody has said
no,
that.
it's
There's
on the
been
show. It's on the. I say the show, but it's on the. Like they have a list of movies coming out.
Yeah. And it's on the roster.
Infinity War Part 2 comes out.
They changed it so it's not really a part 1 and part 2, but it will.
It
will
quintessentially
be.
This is a giant ad for the movie you actually want to see.
But anyway, but either way, they have been building up for it since the MCU began, and they have. They just have.
At least since the Avengers.
Well,
I argue it was building up to the Avengers, and then the Avengers realized, oh, we can make a bigger thing out of this.
But even then, they alluded to the Avengers in the first Iron Man movie. So that's what I'm saying. They've been building up for it forever, and I've been waiting for it, and it's awesome. But having that said, other people are making it. If I could make it, what would I do? Or if you can make it, what would you do?
Okay.
So, Jesse, you want to start?
Let's see here.
In your perfect world,
in my
the Infinity Gauntlet,
how would the Avengers go down? How would Infinity War go down?
All right, I'm gonna sound like how would Infinity War go down?
Yeah,
so,
I mean, or the Avengers. I don't know.
The whole MCU universe as a whole.
Yeah,
I'm really happy with for the most part.
I know that's what I'm
I have
too.
really no big issues other than some dry parts, some dry movies, which I'm foreshadowing.
Sure.
But I'm really curious on how the Infinity Wars is going to play out. I'm going to sound horrible when I say I'd like to see some characters get killed off.
You stole my answer.
Yeah.
No, so maybe I would make it to where some characters get. I think we all have seen the payroll for some of the actors where Chris Evans is not going to be in some of the other movies.
He has gone on record and said he's done after
Infinity War.
That
2,
leads me. I think that leads to the. In the comic books, did not Bucky Barnes eventually become Captain America? Mm-hmm. Is that right? Mm-hmm. So I think that's going to happen, and I feel like I would like that. Not that I have anything against Chris Evans; he's done a great job as Captain America.
But if he's not going to keep doing it,
sure.
But I think it would be a good change of pace. Like Bucky Barnes, the guy with the robot arm, takes the place of Captain America and serves. You know,
and he's such a compelling character too. I think he's an underrated character.
Yeah, he's an underrated character, and he's a great actor.
Yes,
the guy that plays
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan. He's really impressive. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I think they're gonna do a good job, and I don't want to change too much. I think they're already going that way.
Yeah,
and everything that I can kind of want in a film, without I'm sure there's gonna be some surprises and twists and turns, but I think I'm gonna be pleasantly surprised with those things. So
all right,
I'll leave it at that.
Bobby. You now have the floor.
Yeah.
The table.
The table.
I would, I don't know, more consequences.
So we all want everyone to die.
Give it a good reason for somebody to die.
Yeah. I understand.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
I would,
better than dying from a forced heart attack, you mean?
No.
Don't. We are done.
That's callback humor.
No.
That was a different podcast for almost
Right. Reference.
Going to like just making it a serious movie, like no real not too much comedy in this one, I would say.
Understood.
Enough to
because they can mess up the tone if it's overly humorous,
especially when it's supposed to be serious. And Thanos' whole thing is like death.
Question. Tone similar to how dark are we? Like Winter Soldier, which wasn't very dark, but it also wasn't like a comedy slapstick thing like most of the recent ones, or darker than that is what I want to know.
Not. I don't.
Civil War?
No, Winter Soldier. Did I say Civil War?
No, you said Winter Soldier. I think.
Yeah, but you asked me what tone I would like.
Civil War was dark? I thought Winter Soldier was darker than Civil War.
I would agree on that point because Civil
War was dark enough.
So you don't want it as dark as Winter Soldier.
I don't want Batman v Superman levels of darkness. I want it dark enough, but like to keep me like thinking they might not make it in that context, but also like keep a little bit of lightheartedness, so it's not too overbearing.
Right.
Because that's the problem with like the DCU right now is it's too overbearing.
Yeah, well, that's also foreshadowing.
That's very yes.
But
Yes.
okay, so that's. Do you have anything else to add, or is that just you? You just got tone.
That's
Just
Okay.
find a
there's not story.
find a more plausible tone, basically.
So I like killing people. No,
no, I
do like the idea
Go
of
on.
killing off some characters because look,
Right.
these actors have done the roles. You can realistically only do it so long.
Right.
In a perfect world, maybe you could keep making these with the same actors, and that
Right.
that's not the world we live in. Maybe
Sure.
if we had the Gauntlet, we could. But maybe that'd be a change I make. But
yeah.
they're done. I get it. It's time to move on. Kill off a couple people. Doesn't have to be everyone. I don't want wipe the floor, but
Right.
why not kill off a few characters?
Well, I
make
mean,
it have some gravitas.
Harry Potter, a lot of characters died in that story, and that made it more authentic.
I know exactly what you are speaking of. I am very familiar with the Harry Potter series.
Okay. Are you not?
No.
Okay. I detect a hint of
We
sarcasm.
talked about this in the
Just a
first
hint of-
episode.
just
We
a hint
did?
of
Oh.
We talked about this in the first
Okay.
episode. It was
Wow.
demonic. I couldn't watch it.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Okay. Anyway,
Gotcha. Anyways,
but okay. So I like giving this some gravitas. I actually like what you were talking about having a more serious tone. I don't want dark either. I really like what you said though. I like the idea of. I think it's going to be hard to come back from this. I think a lot of people are experiencing superhero fatigue. I think we're going to see a dip in superhero movies once this wraps up. In how successful they are. I think the only thing you could do to avoid that, and I think they might do this because Disney's been pretty smart, at least on marketing these things, is after you finish Infinity War Part 2.
Yeah.
Go back for at least a little bit on focusing on the more intimate, smaller scale stories, kind of like Spider-Man Homecoming already did.
Right.
And I think you could. So I think you have a giant battle, kill off some of the larger players or put them out of commission.
Right.
Go back for at least a while, maybe 5 years, focusing on more individual, kind of Spider-Man Homecoming, save the city or your town.
Right. Contain it.
And I guess that's kind of getting past Infinity War, but I think Infinity War, you have the giant battle. I hope they put my one complaint. We're already past this point. I can't fix this, but I wish they would change the Infinity Gauntlet to have more defined powers, because if they're gonna win against something that's basically literally God, it's gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna have the power of friendship, or someone's gonna you're omnipresent but not omnipotent and steal a stone or something. I think it's gonna be dumb.
Yeah.
I think the movie will be great. I'm actually excited about this.
Okay.
But I think the way they beat it is because they've gone
gonna
so
be-
far in the power scale.
There's an inevitable Deus Machina. Is
A little
what
bit.
you're-
So,
kinda what you're saying.
but anyway, once you get past that, destroy all the universe thing. Focus on some smaller stories, and that's kind of my.
Yeah, no, I actually like that. Yeah, kind of
So,
contain it.
A decrease in superhero movies and an increase in Star Wars movies and time-traveling romantic comedies.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
That's what I got from that.
Logan did really well, and it
okay.
was a down to earth,
I
not
agree.
earth shattering.
Yes. Right.
And I
right.
think not
Logan.
everything has to be that dark. But
Sure.
it was the personal touch.
Logan took itself so seriously to where it needed to. You know?
I don't think everyone has to be that dark or that serious.
course not, no.
But I think if you made more Spider-Man Homecoming, Logan
Yeah.
kind of intimate stories.
Yes.
I like the gravitas. I like that
Very
we've been building
true.
to this, but I don't want every superhero movie to be
An origin story.
Civil War
Right.
or an origin story
Right.
or if
like it's been consistently.
I
lately.
want more
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2s.
Very true. Very true.
Where
I
we
like
know
it.
who this is.
Yes.
It's an intimate. This guy's struggling with this thing.
Right. I
That's
agree.
what I
No,
want.
that's
He has
actually
a
that's a good point.
responsibility.
Yeah.
He's gotta-
So what about you?
Okay, me. Here's the thing. Like I said, they really have been building up to this for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So having that said, for starters, I wouldn't have it be a two-parter.
Well, too late for that. But yeah,
I know, but find a way to make this movie the one conclusion of the MCU.
Yeah.
And after that, no more Marvel movies.
Ever?
Ever. Because this is going to sound, for a while maybe, I don't know, but this is going to sound crazy, but it's like, go out with a bang. I mean, fighting Thanos is the ultimate, and the Infinity Stones is going out with the ultimate bang.
Well,
and I agree with people when they say, yeah, kill off some heroes. Yeah, do that. Do that, because it makes the story more authentic, and it leaves you with something.
That makes it more real.
And like Jesse said earlier, I am equally satisfied with the Marvel Universe. I think they're playing their cards right, and they're doing everything really, very well.
Yeah. Well, I think what you're saying, it kind of reminds me of something. Bobby can probably expand on this a little bit. Like, on Supernatural, So I don't know if y'all have seen the
Yeah,
TV
I've
show.
seen it.
Some of you haven't, but
Not the whole thing.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
just nod, just shake your head and nod. So I have a point for bringing this up. Why don't so in season 4 that
Basically, I thought it was 5. I've heard that
season 5 is the one where it ends perfectly, and they
season 5 it ends with fighting in a supernatural sense, fighting the top guy when it comes to when you think evil, and that's the devil.
Right.
After that, it's just kind of meh. I think
To the point where
Thanos.
And it's on season 12 by now, right?
Yeah, they bring back the devil. So.
I feel like Thanos is that equivalent to the MCU.
and that's what I'm saying. It's like once you fight that guy, you can't peek beyond that.
It's gonna be difficult to get past that.
There's other stories. There's other stories that are good that they can do, like Secret Invasion.
I thought they said they were going to even do that, didn't they?
Secret Invasion would be interesting.
No, because they've got Miss Marvel or whatever.
Honestly,
they're doing
if they
the
do
Scrolls.
continue after Infinity War, here's what I would tolerate. If they did like Marvel Netflix shows from then on, and they just had streaming shows, I would, because it doesn't have to
I'm
be
not
on-
as satisfied with the quality of those, so...
Yeah, but if let's just say they upped the ante and they had better quality with their shows.
Well,
if they continue with that, I would go for it.
Yeah.
That'd be so too dreary. But
Okay, well, interestingly enough, we're going to get a word from our sponsors, and I think this sponsor is a sponsor above all sponsors.
Yeah, it's from a local church, right?
A very local, contemporary.
Yeah, and
contemporary.
we support our local groups around here. So
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh, no, I mean, it's all a part of the community.
Yeah, giving back.
Yes, exactly. And this church gives back more, but beyond what your mind can conceive.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, let's just have a word from them.
Awesome.
Family, community, outreach, and above all else, the inevitable destruction of the human race as they burn in lakes of fire, I mean, get lit during our contemporary worship services, and right after, enjoy our pastor's sermon, spreading the loving message of Cthulhu. And surrender your soul to the powerful overlord whose power knows no bounds. Call now for our service hours. We'll suffer the mighty wrath of Cthulhu.
And we're back.
That was interesting.
I went to a couple of their...
Did we screen them before?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't think we...
Who's on that? Who's supposed to be on that?
I don't think we even established that, so that's why...
that's my fault. I let it go.
Okay, Bobby. Yeah. Make sure, because by the
I thought it
end,
was very interesting.
Because by the end, I didn't know whether I wanted to, or I don't know. I was conflicted.
That announcer guy had a really sexy voice, though. I'm just going to say that.
I was
Did
a
he
little
now,
confused.
Lawson? Did he now?
It made me question everything, and I loved it.
Okay, so you guys remember? Okay, I mentioned.
We've all mentioned.
I mentioned my disdain for Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I won't touch on that because I'm going to let each of you say, what do you feel is the weakest MCU movie?
Okay.
Jesse.
I'm glad I get to go first because I have the easiest answer.
Yay.
Thor 2 Dark World.
You're incorrect.
Oh yeah. No, I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
That is my
It was
least
pitifully forgettable.
favorite.
Pitifully forgettable.
You're incorrect because you've forgotten one.
Okay, well, you can say yours.
We know yours, Lawson. Okay, do you?
No,
I think
that's
I do.
okay.
Okay.
I have this feeling that no one's going to agree, but
No, Thor.
no, it was such an unforgettable movie. I don't.
Do you mean
Unforgettable?
forgettable movie? You said unforgettable.
I meant forgettable.
Yeah, okay.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. But no, it's.
I think the moment Thor's mom died and how much I didn't care, nor did I feel anything. That's when I'm like, yeah, this movie.
No, it was just like.
I didn't care.
I feel like I got to the end of that movie and I was like,
Yeah, it's a very meh.
Okay.
That movie has it's
Like
it's not,
NEH, all caps.
It's a very movie.
Yeah,
I'll admit that. But I will say this: my favorite part of the movie is when Loki finds out his mom dies.
Yeah,
it's my favorite part of that
dude.
movie.
That was a
Because
genuinely good moment.
I'm not saying there's
When Loki's
any
what?
good. not any good moments. It's
when
just
Loki
the
finds out his
weakest.
mom dies.
Oh yeah.
And like he's got the illusion.
He's like, and he just goes berserk, and then like when Thor, he's just like there, then it turns out the illusion, and this whole room is just a
It wasn't a perfect movie, but that was a good moment.
That was a good moment because it was like the first time you see
authentic emotions from Loki.
Him show like
real
hurt.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I don't think any of these. I think all of us would agree. Even the worst MCU movies have redeeming qualities.
Yeah. Very true.
Well, I think
very true.
Very true.
a lot of movies.
Superman or Suicide Squad.
So what about you?
No, we're not talking about that.
Yeah, Bobby.
Mine's opposite of Jesse's because I really liked the Thor or the Loki thing that I feel like Thor the
elevates
Dark Lord is passable. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to go with the original Thor.
Okay.
Because
that's
as
my
much
third.
Just, it was
my
there.
third.
Yeah.
I've got a list.
as much as I could go like Hulk, but Hulk was just a fun, stupid movie.
Yeah.
That's mine though.
I
know. That's why you're surprised. Go on. You can.
Does that even count?
Yeah,
it counts.
That's why I was saying it doesn't count. That's why I said you forgot one. It's Hulk. It's technically part of the MCU, but it has an entirely different actor. Nothing in it directly is ever referenced other than like one screenshot. It's
no,
true.
there's multiple things. Thunderbolt Ross is both in Hulk and in Civil War.
You could skip that one and you won't miss anything.
But either which way, they're the exact same Hulk. It's just different actors playing Bruce Banner.
But I feel like it's the most skippable, and that's why. Because I've been going through the entire MCU with my mom just for fun, and she's really enjoyed them for the most part.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give the Hulk is my initial answer, but I want one more because I'm just gonna say it's so skippable that we actually skipped it and missed nothing.
It really is. It's like it doesn't matter.
That's how I feel, and then like I don't think it's
all those besides like Iron Man, all those beginning movies are kind of it's like Iron Man, Captain America are the ones that like. You have to see, but like Thor and Hulk, you don't have to.
But okay, so my answer. So you're going with Doctor Strange, so I guess I'll answer differently.
Sure.
Because I've got a pretty close between.
I like Hulk. That's a good answer.
No, it's pretty close between. I don't like Doctor Strange a lot, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Iron Man 2.
Okay.
For similar reasons to Hulk, in that what do you miss if you skip it?
Very true. Very true.
It's not even none of them. There's not a single MCU movie that I think is like unwatchably bad.
Very true.
You're obviously talking about the very first Hulk movie that came out.
Yeah.
No,
not 2003 Ang Lee Hulk.
No, I'm not talking about Ang Lee Hulk. That's terrible, and that's not part of the MCU.
Edward Norton Hulk. Remember that?
Hulk you're talking about.
Okay.
Do you remember where they tease?
Did I remember it, Jesse?
Did you skip it?
No.
You like it?
It's okay. It's very forgettable and doesn't matter.
I enjoy when I have this.
Sorry, explain yourself.
I enjoy Edward Norton as an actor.
Oh yeah,
who's that?
Of course. Fight Club.
No, I meant who was he in Hulk?
Oh, he was the Hulk.
The Hulk.
He was
Before
in the Ang Lee one.
No, not Ang Lee.
I literally don't even remember.
Here's what happened.
Yeah.
So
I know it's the MCU
within the
one.
MCU.
Yeah, I remember.
Edward Norton started out as Bruce Banner.
I know, and then they switched over to Mark Ruffalo.
Yes.
I just didn't know.
Because Edward Norton's a pain in the ass.
He was not getting what he wanted, so he bailed.
He is a good actor.
He's a very he's a phenomenal actor.
He's a very big pain in the ass. When
he
it
is.
comes to, like,
he really is.
My problem with that, that movie is
he was a perfect Bruce Banner.
Because we're talking about the elements from it coming back, Hulk, but like they literally tease the brain guy.
The Master.
The Master at the end of it, and it never. They don't even go. Not even an off. By the way, we captured a weird brain monster. Like it's just like it never happened. It's like that movie never happened, and they just took like you said, they took Ross.
Fair.
But so that's my problem with it. Is it not only is never mentioned again and skippable, but is kind of almost contradicted.
Well, they didn't. I think they were thinking that they were going to make a sequel.
Yeah, and they
never did.
Yeah.
And
but counting that out because it almost doesn't count in my opinion. Iron Man 2 for very similar reasons, and that if you skip it, you basically miss nothing. It's not bad. It's just like kind of. I feel like I wasted my time a little bit when I watched it. So
I'm going to throw this. There's also an issue with like the fact is Disney bought back all their Marvel rights.
Yeah, that did change a lot of it.
After those movies came out, so. That's kind of why all that happened.
I do have an honorable mention if it's okay for you.
Of course.
Yeah, I had one.
So on my honorable mention for movies that I think are weak, and I might get flogged for this, but I'm gonna throw it out there. The first Captain America.
Huh.
I love it. Sorry.
You loved it.
I
think it's to me. I loved Winter Soldier. Like in comparison to the Winter Soldier, it's a really the first. I've never rewatched the first one, and I never have. I don't really want to.
I'm the same way.
I've rewatched it several times. I'm a
But
huge Cap fan.
if you want to go watch Winter
is my
Soldier,
favorite superhero movie of all time.
if you want to go watch Winter Soldier right now, I'm down.
Yeah.
Let's go do
right.
it. Captain America 1, I'm not really in the mood.
Winter
and I don't think
Soldier's
I'll ever be.
definitely better. I'm okay that you don't like it. I really like it though, but I'm a huge Cap fan, and I like Chris Evans as an actor.
Yes.
So it clicks for me.
Right. I gotcha.
And it's not bad. I just think it's weak.
I see where you're coming from. Yeah. Okay. So I think to begin with, what I was thinking of was like, okay, like what Marvel movie do you like the most? That's what was in my head for some reason, and that's why I mentioned Doctor Strange, because that's the one. I don't know what it is about Doctor Strange. It just didn't click with me.
It's a weak movie in my opinion.
I think it's weak too because everything about it is so generic. It's so generic that. You know what I mean? Like with the villain, I'm like, okay, he pissed me off. The villain pissed me off. He was the weakest, most forgettable, most bland brick of a villain I've ever dealt with in my entire life. I'm like, let me guess, some guy with a gruff voice who was once one of you, then he went rogue. Oh my! They did it, didn't they?
He's weaker than the villain of Ant-Man?
A lot weaker, I'd say. Who's the villain in Ant-Man?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. It was Hornet. Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket? Yellow Jacket at least had a personality. This guy was...
You know what? You're right.
You know what I mean? Like, Yellow Jacket was like,
you know what?
Oh, I'm evil. Screw you, you know.
I have black eyeliner on my face.
I know.
You know what?
I have long hair.
Like the guy, though.
And a kimono. And yeah, it's like...
I
could not roll with him. He was so forgettable and generic. My God.
The actor... Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah. He's got this evil look.
He is good.
No, he's a great actor.
In Hannibal.
Well, Christopher Eccleston is a great actor, but he's the villain of Thor 2 and completely forgettable.
Very true.
I love Christopher
Very true. Nobody thinks of it.
Reason for not doing a season 2 of Doctor Who.
Yeah, that's a whole other
He didn't want to be.
Very
he
true.
didn't want to be typecasted in these roles, but he's been constantly typecasted in these roles.
I'm just saying that, like, sometimes they have. I'm not saying he's not a good actor. He just wasn't given much to work with. Because I think.
Are we doing weakest villains? Because I would go Christopher Eccleston and Thor Dark.
No, we're doing least like movies. He just said he disliked it because of the weak villain.
But
yeah, I know.
I remember specifically being in the theater, being pissed off at how forgettable, the villain in Doctor Strange was. So
I didn't.
Yeah, so Doctor Strange as a whole, it's like I just thought Doctor Strange was a jerk, and his character didn't develop as much.
He was a jerk, but I thought he developed.
I don't think he developed because even by the end, he was still a jerk, but he had magical powers. You know, he was Dr. Iron Man, and then you gave Dr. Iron Man magical powers by the end.
Tony is still a jerk.
Yeah,
he's likable. Okay, well,
he's so likable.
I think my problem, real quick, Tony really develops from Iron Man 1 to 3. People don't like 3, but there's a real development. The problem is they then retcon that about the time we hit Avengers 2, and he's more or less just himself again, being stupid. I have some issues with that, but there is development. It's just inconsistent.
And if I just real quick, if I was going to add anything to like Tony Stark's character, I would have heavily referenced the alcohol.
More
his abuse.
He was more of a demon in the bottle story arc.
Yeah, I would have put that in like
vaguely addressed it.
Yeah, because he keeps on drinking and they vaguely do it. But if I was gonna do it, I would have done it in Iron Man 2, where like 3 is about him, his PTSD, and him recovering from.
That would have made the film. I like 3, and I think that would have made it a better movie.
Yeah. And that's my thing. It's like, I think that's why Doctor Strange is the weakest in my mind. It's because it was just so generic.
That seems to be our common thread. None of us hate the movies we like the least.
Right.
It's just like it's forgettable.
If they're generic and forgettable, then we don't.
I will say this, and as a counterpoint, kind of, I like Doctor Strange.
But what did you like? Okay, why? No, but like,
no, that's fine.
But like, what did you like? Because that's the thing. A lot of people love it.
The world, like the visual effects for like what they did with like the trippy 1970s and 80s world they kind of built, and then like
that was appealing, but
the problem with like Doctor Strange is the same problem I had with Black Panther. Both those movies seems like they should have been the second movie. Because like the ancient one dies too soon.
Well,
for me to
which I
really
totally call, by the way. It's like, oh, the wise mentor character kill. Okay, cool.
It should have been in the second movie.
Yeah, they could have built it up a little. But I mean, I enjoyed Doctor Strange. I thought he was a jerk, but I thought it was it was an enjoyable jerk for me.
He was House.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he was like witty and smart and you gotta love the actor though.
I love Benedict.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Or
Cumberbottle.
I like him. He is the same. He has the Tom Cruise problem, and I like Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
where he's not Benedict Cumberbatch playing a character. He's Benedict Cumberbatch playing Benedict Cumberbatch playing a character.
Very true.
I cannot get past
very,
the actor.
Very, very true. It's a very like.
I don't have that problem.
What is the difference between Sherlock, Smog, and Doctor Strange?
None.
I think I see clear differences.
I mean, there's distinct differences in Doctor Strange and
differences between
Sherlock.
One's a dragon,
but
one's a doctor. I mean,
one's a dragon.
I think he's a good actor.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Smog. Oh, that's distinctly different.
Smog wasn't a smart
But yeah,
ass,
I think to your point, Lawson, it's like when you see, and I think that's a very American way that actors go, because in Britain, actors. I mean, he's British, but yeah, in Britain, acting is more considered a craft, I hear. So that's more their culture.
No idea.
But in American Hollywood, it's like, yeah, we like the personalities a lot of times. Yeah. That's why you get movie stars like, Tom Cruise. And a lot of times you get movie stars like Tom Cruise, and all you can see is Tom Cruise playing a character. That's all I
admit, I like most Tom Cruise movies, but it is a problem. It's Tom Cruise doesn't play characters. He plays Tom Cruise playing characters.
Very true. And yeah, so but yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah,
honestly. And yeah, so another word from another sponsor. I
was gonna say you mentioned if you had the Infinity Gauntlet, you said you might try and lose a few pounds.
Yeah.
Well, you might not have to have the Infinity Gauntlet
because of our next sponsor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm excited about this one.
I'm pretty excited.
There's the Santa Clara diet, and then there's this. So,
all right,
let's go.
Hello, I'm Lester Lardvison, and I have some real exciting news from the world of stationary weight loss. Going outside can be a real bitch. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it wet? Lord knows some manner of great annoyance is waiting for you outside the safety of your domicile. Why not lose weight while you pour hours of your life away onto the pewter? Introducing the Lark Bark, built with Vibrate-Asium. This landmark device will most literally shake the fat right off your happy anime-loving ass. Just listen to this satisfied customer.
Oh my god, I've lost like 10 pounds off this diet. I just sit down and just shakes and brings mild the boys to the yard so they can go check out this nice looking bodies that I got now. And my wife has never been happier, so I'm so happy with the Lord Varks in my life.
Don't go waste your time with an expensive gym membership when you can just plop down and watch unboxing videos on YouTube while Lard Bark vibrates your body into a sexy, sleek Steve Buscemi type physique. Available online at lardbark.com.
And we are back.
That sounds like a product I'd use.
Absolutely.
Definitely different.
Yeah, but you're a PC master racist.
Okay, guys. So we've talked enough about Marvel, I feel like.
You can never talk enough about Marvel.
You really can't, but in this,
especially if you're doing a good job.
Within the context of this discussion, we have.
Sure.
Guys, oh my gosh, what I'm about to bring up. DCEU. Ooh. I want to throw this out there.
For those who don't know the acronym, DCEU.
Yeah, the DC. A funny story behind it. Okay. It means the DC Comics Extended Universe. Okay?
Or if you really wanted to be the a-hole in the group, Detective Comics Universe.
Of course. Yeah. Because, yeah, if you want to, yeah. But no, here's what happened. It was actually, the DCEU was like a joke somebody lightly said in an article, and it continued off of that. No producer or writer in doing the MCU or DCEU movies has ever called it the DCEU.
I didn't know that. That's incredible.
It's a thing. It's so true. Nobody ever officially labeled it DCEU like the MCU did.
Well,
to themselves.
Much like it's a joke.
Yeah,
it's also a joke.
Pinhead from
in more ways than one.
Was never actually called Pinhead.
True.
In the original Hellraiser, people just started calling him Pinhead after
right.
the movie.
Right. Okay.
So what about this monstrosity you're going to make us say?
Guys, it's so flawed. How would you fix it? What would you do to fix it? Jesse, you start us off.
Push the nuke button. So there's you've got this DC universe. It's incredible. The DC universe, like again, nostalgia. Things that we grew up with.
Of course.
Batman, Superman.
Oh my gosh.
Keep naming them.
Yeah.
So, and it's got these people. I talked to other fans about it. I'm like, hey, what did you think about Batman v Superman? And I was like, I know, how could you like that movie?
Yeah.
But people are like, I loved it. It was great.
I know.
And why?
Yeah.
And they can't ever explain it to me.
Yeah. Or even if they do, it just doesn't make any sense.
Hey, so just let me go on a little tangent rant here.
Go for it.
I feel like the DC universe, the cinematic,
yes,
or DCEU, whatever you want to call it, they are trying so hard that you can tell on the
so true.
It lacks
it's
depth.
So
it's
evident.
so surfaced.
Yes,
and they want to be Marvel so bad.
So bad.
But they could focus on the characters they have, and it would be great. But the people who have gotten a hold of the rights to this have just they've just crapped all over.
I've heard somebody
everything.
make a joke to where they're like, I feel like Zack Snyder, like he'd be that guy in high school who wears superhero t-shirts, and if you walk up to him, he'd be like, "Oh, hey, do you like that comic?" He'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, exactly. I feel like these, and I think I've mentioned this to you before, Bobby. I feel like the people that make this are the popular people in Hollywood,
right?
That have found out that geeky movies make money,
like,
and they want to get in on it.
Exactly.
And it makes me angry because I'm like, you're such a fake geek.
Yeah.
You don't understand how this stuff is
dare you
supposed
stand
to
where you
work.
stood? Yeah.
And most fans, I think in general, from what I heard, most of them don't like it.
Yeah.
And
the authentic. Yeah.
So to answer your question,
yeah,
how do I fix this? I think they need to kill it. They need to push the nuke button. They need to just stop these movies.
Wow. Yeah.
And give it about 5 to 10 years and then try again. I honestly think that that's the only way that you can fix the DC universe at this point. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I feel. And then I'll pass the baton over to the next.
You're gonna nuke too, or you're gonna not nuke?
What? Oh, I gotta ask the question. Can I start from the beginning?
Of course.
If I can go back in
Yes.
time.
We're time.
So we have a time traveling photo booth.
Yes.
It's a kid's body. Yeah.
We have a time traveling photo booth.
How far back are we going?
I'm going all the way up until after Man of Steel was released.
Oh, okay. So Man of Steel has been released?
But Man of Steel has released, and I actually liked Man of Steel.
Man of Steel was a good movie. I thought
wrong.
I thought I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
I thought for an opening, if I did change anything about it, I would make it a little bit more hopeful and less gloomy.
Yeah.
But I thought his first outing as Superman, it's fine. I get there's a lot of destruction that people didn't like, but I feel like considering he hasn't been Superman for so long, he hasn't really figured out how to do to fight somebody without destroying so much things. Because that fight scene between him and Zod at the end is fantastic.
I've said since it came out that it was at most a 2 out of 10 film, and I stand by that now.
Wow.
All right.
I don't think it was that bad.
You'll
but...
have your time.
Whoa.
So one, I would recast a lot of
Henry Cavill stays.
Henry Cavill stays. I like Henry Cavill. I think he has. I feel like if you give him the right opportunity to play Superman, because even in Justice League, there's moments of him as Superman. I can see him as Superman.
So true. So true.
And like if you give him the right material, I think you can do that. And I will say this, and people are gonna hate me for saying it. Those moments where he's being Superman, it's pretty much Joss Whedon directing at that moment.
Oh, very true. Very true.
So if it was me, I would recast one Batman. Batfleck is gone.
Really?
I as much as I like him as Regis Roy, he still stands out to me as somebody I don't want as Batman. And he doesn't like playing Batman, so I don't want him.
He doesn't like it?
No.
Dude, seriously.
The interviews seem to indicate that.
Have you seen Sad Affleck?
I have, but I thought that was just because of the poor reception.
No, he does not like it. You can
really
tell. Yeah, every week there's like Batman. Did Ben Affleck figure out a way to get out of playing Batman?
Oh, so he's like George Costanza breaking up with his fiance.
Yeah, it's constant. Like every week is something like that.
Wow.
So if it was me, and I know Marvel's not gonna like me for doing this, I would cast Michael Fassbender as Batman.
Wow,
that's a great selection.
It is.
I think so.
I know the name.
I know
what has
who
he played?
is. No,
I'm
I
blanking.
know who he is, but
David in Alien Covenant.
I don't.
Magneto.
Oh.
Yeah.
Young Magneto.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he could.
He wouldn't be
fine.
as a bulky Batman, but he'd be like MMA size Batman.
Yeah.
I would. In my first move would be make Superman the next one, but have. And I brought this up. If I was going to make it, have the next villain be Brainiac, and Batman has been working for a bit now. He saw the destruction.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to get to know Clark Kent.
Okay.
So he goes in he goes in undercover, wearing whatever he needs to as his undercover alias for the mafia. I can't remember. It's like Marty Falcone or something.
Falcone?
No, it's Falcone. I can't remember.
Oh,
he does. Bruce Wayne literally has a specific alias for when he goes undercover with the mafia.
Gotcha.
So he goes in. Brainiac starts working with Lex Luthor, played by
anyone but Jesse Eisenberg.
Because if you're a god, then inevitably Jolly Rancher.
It's gonna bother me.
Oh my
Breaking
gosh,
Bad.
that was so bad.
Breaking Bad.
Have a Jolly Rancher.
Please take one. The main guy.
The main who played.
Wait,
you two
the
can
main
help
guy.
me out. Walter White.
Oh gosh. Yes. Bryan
Cranston.
Gosh, why was that hard?
Bryan Cranston would play Lex Luthor.
Perfect. Yeah.
I think wasn't that a rumor?
Yeah, it was a rumor, but they wanted
And
to
he
go
would
with
have been
Jesse
great.
Eisenberg. And Jesse Eisenberg.
What a poor choice.
Jesse Eisenberg. You're going to have to censor this. What I'm about to say. We're using Max Landis as your inspiration for what you're playing the Riddler. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, he basically. Now, if you would have said Jesse Eisenberg as Riddler, perfect.
Yeah, it's fine.
It would be a great Riddler.
Of course.
How terrible of a casting call is this?
He has the gravitas of somebody who thinks he knows everything,
right?
Without actually being able to actually succeed. It's great. But my film would be like would be Brainiac. Brainiac starts working with Lex Luthor. He pretty much helps him build a kryptonite suit.
Okay.
And the whole fight is literally
Wow.
Superman fighting Brainiac, and then in the background you have Bruce Wayne disguised.
Okay.
And you have Bruce Wayne actually helping Superman, but he doesn't know it.
Okay.
He's like sneaking into like LexCorp, finding out stuff, having fights.
Do you show this in the film?
Yes.
So
all this will be shown
in the Superman sequel.
Yeah. All this will be in the film,
Okay.
and then he fights Brainiac. He wins, but tragedy strikes, and I'm gonna say Lex Luthor kills Martha.
Okay.
It's going to be an accident, but it is going to be that thing that kind of
That
sets
drives Superman
it sets
to-
that Lex Luthor to that point where he's at the point where he will kill.
Yeah.
Because you need that show that kind of like Superman's about to kill Lex Luthor because he just killed his mom on accident. It looks like it's not an accident, but it is an accident.
Okay.
And then you have Bruce. He just comes out. He goes like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I'm Bruce Wayne." All right, don't do this. Don't kill him because there's a line you can't cross. And I can help you. And then by that point, it's just kind of like Bruce kind of sees why he should stop Superman with how dangerous he could be if he goes off. That moment of anger will set him to the point where if you want to make the Batman v Superman, there's a logical reason for Batman wanting to take out
instead
Superman.
of just random.
Yes.
This vague idea of he could destroy the
He
world.
could,
We don't
but
know.
you finally Bruce is literally seeing this.
Yes.
He's seeing this at this moment. He's seeing that he is dangerous.
Okay.
And then you do
Perfect.
Batman v Superman,
Yeah.
and then you lead off from there. I wouldn't put Aquaman would probably be like Armie Hammer and
Armie Hammer.
Yeah, literally Armie Hammer. He's a good actor.
He is.
I would Chris Pine would be Hal Jordan.
Okay. Yeah,
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because
Good
I
pick.
really want my Wonder Woman to be somebody who's an actress, and a former MMA fighter turned actress, Gina Carano, who was in Deadpool. I would cast her as Wonder Woman.
Oh wow!
Because Wonder Woman needs to be
she's
at the
not,
point.
She's not that brute. She's an Amazon, and she's strong.
she is. But she needs to when she fights. I want a ferocity to her fighting.
Okay.
And that's the thing that I don't think
Gal Gadot
can actually perform.
Okay.
Because she's an Amazon.
She nailed the character though.
Oh, she's good at the
I
character.
didn't like Wonder Woman. I actually like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
I'll admit I skipped Wonder Woman because I'm so fed up with the last.
Look, it was 2 out of 5. It was
If-
it was the best DC universe movie for a while.
I'll go back and rewatch it. I'm so turned off by this universe.
If EA came out with a like if somebody was like people rating it was a 10 out of 10, I still wouldn't buy.
All right,
but that's just the beginning part. There's more to it, but
But in a nutshell.
Yeah, in a nutshell, that's
okay.
So this is going to be my advice for most superhero movies because I'm looking at the wider kind of range of the market, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think people are going to get fed up with these galactic-sized battles, and I think I'm going to give the same advice we talked about Marvel earlier. Focus on smaller, intimate stories, at least at first.
Okay.
Make a Batman movie where he's just saving Gotham from someone, Joker, or it didn't have to be Joker if people were sick. It doesn't matter. That's my personal advice. Make a Superman movie. I'm even fine with. Look, I hate origin stories.
Okay.
That being said, I don't think it'd be the worst thing to have more of an origin story of Superman. That's because it's smaller scale. Because it's hard to have Superman not be anything but his beginning and it be smaller scale because he's just naturally lends himself to larger scale things.
Very true.
That's kind of my advice for everything. I don't really have a further plan than that, but I'd like to read. I actually talked with a friend real quick, and he gave some advice that I thought was interesting.
Okay.
We were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
He said he would start off with a Superman movie with Zod as the villain. He's nuking everything. Drive home who Superman is, and that's kind of Superman's origin story, which is similar to what,
Yeah.
But he'd probably do it. Make a Batman movie featuring a veteran Batman facing Bane during the Arkham Asylum prison break. Use that story to introduce Cyborg and Flash.
Ooh.
Batman reluctantly has to team up with him to foil Bane's plan because he realizes he's not strong enough to take the entire Rogues Gallery at once. Then you make Wonder Woman set in the present. She has to stop Ares from causing World War III. Then you make the Batman vs. Superman movie, but Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and Flash realize Lex Luthor is manipulating Superman and Batman, and those side characters, there's a subplot of them defeating Lex Luthor. And again, he mentioned whole different actors for all of this. Once you go from there, you do the Justice League movie where Brainiac is the main villain, and they all get together to stop him. Superman dies at the end, stays dead. That's the death of Superman. And that encourages leading to sort of a Justice League 2 where you get some of the more obscure characters in, and it's all based off of them they see Superman sacrifice. So that's my friend Almost Nightfall, and we talked about this, and I thought that was an interesting take since mine was so short.
The thing about that I would take out, and I would take out even in my version and the version now of DCU, I would take out Cyborg. Replace him with Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, and you'll be fine.
I don't think it's a terrible idea.
I agree.
I love Jon Stewart.
I think he's working a lot from kind of the frame. He's assuming he's got producers.
I think he's working with the way
that's
they're working
a pretty
right now.
interesting
Help
take.
me out.
I like that.
Comic book guys. So Cyborg, what role does he play in the comic books?
He's the computer. He's the walking computer.
He is a walking computer that is part of the Teen Titans or Titans.
He came
should
from
not
the
be
Teen
a part of the
Titans.
Justice League. He should not be a founding member.
But he totally is.
Was that
New 52 and Rebirth?
So was that his
but that's
introduction?
Jeff Johns' like hard on for Cyborg.
Really?
Yes.
What were you saying?
So
It's a whole other thing, I guess.
Cyborg was introduced in Teen Titans. Is that right? Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to clarify that. Why in the heck is he in the Justice League?
I think he just
I
said.
just said why.
Yeah, well, I think he does.
Exactly.
The only person pushing Cyborg is Jeff Johns. And
He does a good job at networking the team.
I like Cyborg. I like Teen
I
Titans.
don't mind Cyborg. I just want him to be a part of the Teen Titans. Him skipping over his Titans run is ridiculous. His Titans run is better than his Justice League run is. And Cyborg, even in the Justice League now today, he's pretty much treated as a secondary character. He doesn't bring anything to the team.
It's true.
I like Martian Manhunter too. No one does.
I love Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, he's so cool.
He's maybe a little OP, but I think I would nerf everyone. When in doubt, I nerf these characters because I think limitations make more interesting.
And this goes back to what I said earlier. There are the cool people who have never gone in depth for the DCU, and those characters like Martian Manhunter, they don't know who they are. I feel like really.
Yeah, I guess it brings it to like how I would change it. Nuke it, like you just said. And
so all of us are nuking it, and you go back in time. You nuked it so hard.
Well, because I feel like if I nuke it and like wait 5 to 10 years, this superhero craze is going to be done.
Yeah,
very true. I see what you're saying there, Bobby, but inevitably, I do. I think we need to reestablish the DCEU, reestablish it completely.
You kind of have to at this point.
You really do.
It's
that and have it to where I'm trying to think. It's like we were talking about, Cyborg and all that. We need to basically get it to where we need to change who makes the movies.
Yeah.
Because what MCU did was, and nobody thinks about this, they had a lot of authentic comic book writers working on that material. Mm-hmm. That's what made it awesome. That's what made it authentic. That's what made the fans go, yes, more. Now, who's marketing it right now is a matter of debate, but of course, when it began, authentic comic book writers were running the show. And that's what made it awesome. Mm-hmm. So having that said, that's what you need for the DCEU. You need people like us, people who know these characters and what makes them amazing.
I mean, look how successful Deadpool...
Writing and producing the movies.
I mean, look how successful Deadpool is. It was a fan...
Deadpool.
It was a fan-driven plot, almost.
Yes.
And they listened.
And also
almost reluctantly, they were like, I don't know about... And then it was so popular because... They were able to give the Deadpool that everybody wanted, and they bought into it. And it was it was low budget,
and not even to a fan service degree. It's to a degree of like this is even what the creators of Deadpool would.
Yeah, exactly.
You mentioned making the characters work, and I guess there's one thing I want to add real quick. A lot of people kind of say there's not much you can do with Superman unless you make him really angsty. I completely disagree. I don't think people in this room, but I'm talking the greater. Yeah. I'm gonna. Spoilers for Trigun real quick, I guess. Okay. If you care, it's a great show. Watch it. But I think Vash is a better Superman than most Superman stories are. He's effectively immortal in his own world. I know he's got actual weaknesses, but he's basically unmatched. His whole arc is he wants to save everyone without hurting anyone. And he's so powerful he can do it for the first half of the show.
Right.
In the second half, he finally starts meeting people who have powers kind of on a similar level to his.
Right.
And he's forced to face the morality of dealing with real life consequences, and he does it, and it ends up breaking his. I don't have to hurt. This is spoilers. He ends up. He promises never to kill anyone, good or bad.
Right.
He gets to a point where there's someone so powerful he can't just knock him out or wound him. He is forced to kill this bad guy to save good guys.
Wow.
It is a great moment in the show.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I think something like that was Superman. I know they kind of tried to do that with Zod.
Yeah, but
it was rushed. Do that better.
Very
and
true.
Don't
very
make
true.
him whine about it.
Yeah.
Have him because. Again, Vash is depressed for a little bit, and he gets over it and goes back to saving lives and keeps smiling despite that. I want a Superman that does that.
Yes, I completely and utterly agree with you. Superman, people complain about him, how OP he is. It's like, guys, if he has good writing, he could be one of the best characters you've ever seen.
Agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I my personal opinion, if I was going to go with Superman,
actor or writer?
Well, no, I would go Superboy.
Yeah, there's something there.
Not Young Justice Superboy, though.
Connor Kent is the best, and it is Young Justice Superboy.
He's such a douche, though. For what
do you guys think
he's
about?
A whiny. He's an Anakin.
He has the blood
really
of Superman.
Guys,
he gets his butt
Luthor.
handed to him. He gets his ass handed to him by Black
young.
Canary.
What do you think?
That is a good
What
point.
do you think about a young Superman or Superboy kind of being mentored by an older Batman, which hasn't been done very often?
That would be amazing.
It brings to something else I want.
Okay.
Batman Beyond.
Oh.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
I get chills when I think about that. I want that to happen because the cartoon was so
good.
It was so well done. The old Bruce Wayne, kind of like you're saying, old Bruce Wayne kind of mentoring, but it was, the futuristic Batman with all the cool stuff.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, that might be another way to fix a DCEU.
Yeah.
It's just, you're still
doing new
everything.
innovative
but
things
in the future,
I think you could do a DCU with an older Batman who you could even do a version of Batman versus Superman that makes a bit more sense because Superman's young or it's Superboy or something like that. And he's kind of impetuous and it's not a word anyway. And and Batman kind of puts him in his place, like one last hurrah. But he's like, I can do whatever I want. You guys, screw you, old fogies.
Right.
I'm just gonna take, and then he kind of maybe instills some of. It's a different take on it, but it's
that's an interesting
it's a
dynamic.
thought.
It really is.
And then Batman can project himself in places.
And then die of a
and
force.
die of a
real hard.
Absolutely no.
Except Batman's
to a puppet Yoda.
Batman's on top of the building holding that, project that Batman projector, except it's him.
See you around, kid.
I've installed new technology in this projector, and I can make myself move from it.
And Bobby looks like he likes lasagna, but it's not what he ordered.
I literally don't have anybody here to help me, so I'm going to shut up and not say anything.
Oh gosh, well,
we're all wrong.
We're all wrong about everything. That's understandable.
Okay, well, guys, I think that about wraps it up for us. This was an equally interesting discussion from the last episode. But yeah, of course, always let us know your thoughts, audience. And yeah, I think
hit that like and subscribe button.
Heck yeah, do it.
Like, subscribe, and share with your friends.
If you're listening on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
Yeah. All right. And RIP to the founder of Toys R Us.
Oh man,
who was literally going to die with his company.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, that's so sad though.
Wait,
can I get this from everybody in this room?
Okay, sure.
As a kid, you went to Toys R Us.
Yes,
like once.
Okay, with the exception of you. You're always the exception, Lawson.
I'm right there with them.
I was raised in the Amish community.
I wanted to go to Toys R Us. I just never did.
When I went to it recently, I found it. As a grown man,
it sucks right now.
It really
as a
does.
grown.
I was not impressed.
Well,
everything's overpriced.
Their practices. Well, it's because they're in so much debt and they got a bailout and they should have gone under. Just saying.
And it doesn't change the way
Obama.
that it makes it. No politics.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna have to beep you out of that one.
Why?
It's a joke.
It is a joke.
Raw.
I was joking about your joke.
Well,
but anyways,
it's a sad state of affairs.
It really is. Just as a kid, how magical it was to go into Toys R Us and
right.
be like, there's toys everywhere. I'm so excited.
Well, something new will take its place, I think.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Anyways, all right. Signing out. We'll see you for the next episode, and Hail Cthulhu.
Bye.
All right.
Hi, I'm Jesse Eisenberg, and as a foster parent to cats, I would like you to join me in helping abandoned and mistreated dogs and cats. The Washington Animal Rescue League is one of the most progressive animal rehabilitation...
No.